Hey everyone, Alan with the Magic Minute here, where we take tricks and turn them into real magic. In today's video, we're doing another comment request video. This one comes from Matthew Ellisor. About 2.5 weeks ago, they asked if I could teach how to do a across routine. Yes, I can, and in fact, I'm going to show you 3 cards across from Royal Road to Card Magic. This is a perfect card trick if you're trying to get away from just another pick a card trick. Stay tuned. Okay, let's show you 3 cards across. Now, I'm going to show you my version of it, which is pretty close to the one that appears in Royal Road, but I've just modernized it a little bit, kind of taken out some unnecessary steps. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have your audience member cut the deck into 3 piles, and then they're going to choose a pile. And then you want them to, one at a time, and you're going to show them to count the cards down one at a time, like that. That way we make sure that there are no cards sticking and everyone can get an accurate count of the amount of cards that you've dealt. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 5 cards in this instance. You tell your audience member to collect their cards, to hold on to them. I'm going to use the box to simulate their hand. And now you're going to give the deck a shuffle and you ask them to say stop anytime they want to. Let's say they say stop here. The 3, that's how many cards we're going to make travel from this deck to their hand. Watch the first one. 1, 2, 3. And when they open their hands up, they're going to go ahead and count those cards back out just like they did a moment before. But now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Okay, so let's show you how to do the 3 cards across. For this, it's a very simple setup. You need a 3 on the bottom and a 3 on the top. You can even shuffle these because you can shuffle the bottom card, the 3, and then shuffle everything and then retain the top card that's also a 3. Put them together and you're still set. You ask them to cut the deck into any number of piles. Let's say 3 or 4 piles. I did 3 in the demonstration. And then you ask them to choose a pile. Now you're going to have a 3 here because this is the top of the deck. And you're going to have a 3 on the bottom of this stack. And then, you know, nothing really. Maybe by chance you have a 3, but not part of your setup. So they choose a pile. No matter which pile they choose, you're fine. Let's say they choose the top pile. Okay, fine. Well, then you will collect these. You want them to deal them one at a time onto the table to see how many they have, and that you make sure that no cards are sticking together. Let's say it's 25. So you go, great. They've dealt these all out. Boom, 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 boom. You're going to do an addition. You're going to add 3 cards to that pile without anyone knowing. While they're counting their cards out, you're going to have this pack already in your hand. You're going to count over 3 cards, get a pinky break above those 3, and then just palm them and wait. There's no heat on this. Don't worry about palming these cards out. Nobody knows what's going on. There's no time for anything tricky right now. Nothing's happened yet in the spectator's mind anyway. You are completely fine. Be comfortable with the palm. You'll be fine. Okay? So you've got those cards palmed out in your hand, and you say, great. When they finish, say, go ahead and take those cards, sandwich them between your hands. Now what I've just done is I've just dropped those 3 cards from my right hand that were palmed, and I just dropped them on as I casually brushed the cards towards the audience member. Okay, so now let's say they had 25, now they've got 28. Now you need to force the 3, which is on the bottom in this case. I'm doing a Hindu shuffle force. If you're not familiar with this, I'll go through it briefly. You're going to strip the top cards from the right hand packet, and then they drop in the left hand, like this. Anytime they call stop, you just show the bottom packet of the right hand, which will have been the 3 because it stays the 3. You're not changing the order of the bottom card as you shuffle. Great, the 3. That's how many cards we'll make go from here to there. And now you go 1, 2, 3. And if we did it right, we should have stolen 3 cards from here and made them go over to here. And when they count their cards back out, they're going to find that they have, in fact, 3 extra cards from 25 to 28. Now, what happens in each case when you have the audience member choose different packets? It's really the same thing. You just have to do a little extra step in some cases. So if they chose the center, you don't have to change anything. You can assemble these and do the Hindu shuffle force like you would without having to change anything. If they choose the top, that's fine. You collect the center and put it on top, and now you're in the same position to do a Hindu shuffle force. If they choose this one with the 3 already on the bottom, well, that's not that big of a deal either. So they count those, you assemble these with the 3 on top, and you're just going to do a brief overhand shuffle, and you're going to run what's called running a single. You're going to run 1 card, shuffle 1 card to the bottom, and then shuffle everything on top. Now you've got that other 3 in position where it needs to be. And then you can go ahead and do the demonstration by the counting, blah, blah, blah. do the palm, addition, and then do the Hindu shuffle for us just as you would before. Okay, so that was 3 cards across from the Royal Road to Card Magic. My very favorite version of Cards Across actually comes from Art of Astonishment Volume 1, which I'll leave a link in the description for. What makes this trick real magic? The really important point to emphasize here is the transmission of the cards from your pack to your spectator's hand. This is an impossible transportation of cards from your hand to their pack with their hands closed around the cards. It's impossible. You have to emphasize that transmission of a card at a time. Don't rush that part. Really do a magical gesture. If you gotta wave your hand, or you gotta bring your hand underneath and bump theirs, or snap, or whatever it is, you really wanna sell home that that's the moment that each of those cards travels across. It makes it so much more powerful. It's all about acting. The better actor you are, the better magician you're going to be. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next week.